What's going on, y'all? What's going on? So we're gonna move into our next topic, and this topic we wanted to kind of shed light to all the people who have been going through a lot of things, um, a lot of experiences that not a lot of people go through, and they don't know if anybody else can relate to them. But so the topic is the importance of the black sheep in the family. You know, we all brothers here, we view ourselves as black sheep, because we think differently from our family and we move differently. You know what I'm saying? And all that is, is because of the Most High, and we are thankful of Him, and we are grateful that He's allowed us to see life in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to shed light on this topic for all the people, not just men, but the women too, who see everything differently from their families, and they have nobody to relate to. They have nobody to, to talk about these things, and they're pretty much just going through it on their own. So we wanted to kind of, bring some awareness and some appreciation to everybody who goes through this.
Right, facts. Because we didn't choose this path. The path chose us. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, like, the energies, the spirits, whatever, y'all want to use, they reached down and grabbed us and pulled us because they knew we were the ones that they needed, man. Like, it's saying that good book, he gonna choose one from every family. One, not two, not three, but one from each family, and they gonna use that person to be a light. So we really just want to touch on the black sheep and making sure the black sheep understand that, like, you need it out here. Like, we need you out here. Like, you help, like, you know what I'm saying? You help push forward the positive things, the good things. You know what I'm saying? And we need that for sure, for sure. We ain't talking about the fake black sheep. We ain't talking about Kanye West to do their best. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no black sheep. That nigga need to go to rehab again. Cause that MK Ultra, your mind up. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. My bad, YouTube. Yeah, I know about MK Ultra. You dirty bitches. I know about all that shit. But yeah, we need the black sheep out here, man. We need them. And yeah, I'm sorry about my language, but yeah, man, we gotta.
Don't apologize.
This ain't the Bible thumping, y'all. So when we ain't doing Bible thumping, it's a little bit of the other side of it. Don't get it wrong. When the Messiah went in that temple and flipped over them tables, you think he was saying, "Oh, you guys, I'm gonna flip some tables in here today. Sorry, you guys." Hell no, he went in that mother with a boy. Look, he brought, man. Hey, look, it's a time for everything. It's a time for everything. But yeah, black sheep, we need you and we appreciate you. We love you, man. Don't be afraid to be who you are. I'm gonna let Lewis go in a second, but man, cause some people are bordering on that line of, do they want to be the black sheep of their family, or are they, you know what I'm saying, do they still want to follow what their family doing? Hey man, just go and come on over, jump the fence, man. Just hop that fence. Just come on over. Like, we need you over here with us. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid. It's good to change. You can't keep doing that same thing you've been doing anyway, because it ain't you. You don't feel like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing anyway. So go ahead and hop that fence. Don't worry. Less is more. There's plenty of us.
Black sheep is the people who, they see stuff and they see stuff that's been exposed and they can't unsee it. They have to see it through. They got to stand on whatever they believe in. That's what the black sheep is. That's what we do. So, you're not by yourself. You'll never be by yourself. I'm proud to be a black sheep.
Like, what was that moment for you, Lewis, when you felt like, when did that moment happen for you when you felt like you finally jumped the fence and hopped that fence? Because we all be standing there looking at the fence like, damn, I know I can jump this motherfucker. And you ain't even got to jump it. It's a door you can walk right through.
That moment for me is when I found out that I was an Israelite, and I started carrying myself like it in my family. they think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy because I stand on my beliefs strong. It's not a game to me.
All
It's
you did,
real.
all you did was study some history.
Yeah, study. I studied world history, which is need. You need world history if you coming from the Bible. You need to know where the devil is in the world so you can fight him. And a lot of people they don't get that. They don't get it. They just read the Bible and think the Bible is just, and which it is. It's that text. It's what it is, but it's something else out there that you need to know so you can understand the word of the Most High.
What was that moment for you, Dozer, when you felt like, you know, when you walked to that door or hopped that fence, you know, whatever metaphor we gonna use, you know what I'm saying?
I kind of fought it because it started with the way that I treated people, and I never really paid attention to the way that I treated people, but I always tried to make sure that I took care of everybody that was around me. So in high school, I would try to look out for like the nerds and the geeks, and you know I played sports.
Me too, man. I remember.
I wasn't the best at sports, you know, but I always try to make sure that.
But you want to play me one-on-one basketball?
Yeah, we gonna hear.
I'm getting off subject, but damn.
Anyway, so
My bad, y'all.
part of the reason why I noticed it was that everywhere I went and everything that I did, I always tried to look out for people, and I understood that it would take a toll from me, you know, trying to help people, but I looked around and I saw that nobody was really watching out for everybody's backs. Like in school, kids were getting bullied. I remember like in elementary school, there were certain kids that, you know, would get picked on, and I would try to do my best to help them out, you know, and it just felt right to do it. I didn't want no reward for it. I didn't want no attention, but I felt like the Most High wanted me to do it. And even at a young age, I had like some level of understanding, but I always neglected it because I thought that that's what everybody does. So as I grew up, I could see that not everybody was moving this way, and it would always confuse me. Like, why aren't people acting this way? Why aren't people looking out for the quiet person that's in the class? You know, why aren't people like watching out for the teacher? Like, just everybody in general. And it's not about being a doormat, but it's more so about whoever you come in contact with, you give them love, you give them respect, you give them kindness, because they could be having the worst day ever, but they come in contact with you, and you brighten up their day.
That shit real, bro.
And there's something about that just feels so natural, and I think it directly comes from the Most High. And so I used to fight that, and I used to be like, you know, everybody's this way, but the older that I got, the more I could see that people weren't doing this. People were just more so focused on their world and in their own zone. And then what kind of helped me put it together was whenever I had a brother in Texas. His name is Brother Moray. He's the one that put me on to the truth. And
all praises to the Most High, man.
All praises.
For Brother Moray.
For real. And as he started to teach me more about who I was and stuff, then I was able to put the pieces together. Then I was able to kind of get a better understanding. And like, I knew that the Most High wanted me to be this way. And I knew that He was molding me for this journey. And it just made me even more grateful.
That's hard, bro. And that's funny you brought up elementary school getting picked on, because when I was in elementary school, I used to get picked on all the time. Because at the time when I was growing up in elementary school, Family Matters was super popular. And Steve Urkel, I had big old Coke bottle glasses like Urkel. So they used to be on my head, so I used to get picked on a lot. Like you said, it wasn't nobody there to be like, man, leave him alone, quit doing all that. So like when I got to high school, I used to stand up for kids that used to get picked on and stuff like that, because I really used to get picked on. And people that I went to high school with, they probably didn't know that, because people just see where you at, where you are. They don't understand the journey that you done went through to get to where you are. They don't understand that. Like, that's why a lot of stuff don't bother me and don't get to me, because shit, after you done been, man, I always been different. I always been weird according to the norm. So by the time I'm a man, it's like I don't even care that people think I'm different. That people call me weird or whoop whoop, because that's kind of what I've been dealing with like since the beginning, since my whole life. And you know, when you're young, you take it so hard and so tough, but we don't understand that the life is taking us through a journey to build us up to something. Like it was taking me through all that to build me up, to make me strong. Cause what don't kill you can only make you strong. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what happened with me. Like definitely my moment for me when I always been the black sheep in my family. Like I remember this true story. I remember one time we got home late 11 o'clock. I guess I didn't want to wake up and get out the van. They just left me in the van sleeping all night. Like overnight, all night. I'm just in the van all night. Just left a nigga outside the car. You know what I'm saying? I wake up in the morning. It's 6:37 in the morning. I'm outside the van sleep. They all in the house in the bed, knocked out sleep. They're like, man, you didn't want to get up. I'm like, come on, bro.
That's that Home Alone stuff.
Yeah, man. Like I always been Macaulay Culkin, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that moment for me probably was like when I was like 26, 27, a brother named Eric, my brother Eric Burnett, we went to high school with each other. Well, once we had grew up, we out of high school. I was like 27, and I don't know, I was just on Facebook, and he was talking about, he posted something about, we are the true Israelites, we're the God's chosen people, like, check Deuteronomy 28:68, and I'm just looking, I'm like, man, what is he talking about? I just inboxed him on Facebook. I'm like, hey, bro, what is you talking about? That we the true people, whoop whoop. And at first he was hesitant to talk to me about it because he didn't want to he didn't want it to lead into no argument or no issue.
YouTube, don't silence that.
YouTube. Yeah, he didn't want it to lead to no issues or no problems. So, but he started opening up to me about where to read at. I mean, really, he just invited me over to his house. He was like, bro, just come through and I'll show you and break down everything for you. So I pulled up on him within the next day or 2 or 3 days, and it wasn't much convincing he had to convince me. Because I grew up in the church around the Bible, and it all never really seemed to make sense to me. Like, it all never really made sense to me. But he broke it down to me that day, and all of it just, man, boom. Everything just fell into place. Like, it's crazy how you can go to church and hear the Bible spoken for 15, 20 years and never really understand what you really hearing and listening to and all that. Because even back then, I used to read the Bible, but I never really understood it in the way that I did then. And it's like, them moments in life is what, you know what I'm saying? Them moments in life is what changes you and what makes you that black sheep. Like, you know what I'm saying? And all praise to the Most High. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad he reached out from the heavens and grabbed my heart and grabbed my soul and pulled it towards him, man. I'm so happy about that. And like some people on their black sheep journey, it might not start with you being in the Most High. It might just start with you rejecting, you know, your family values. Like, all the stuff you feel like your family try to make important ain't important. Like, I don't celebrate holidays now, but I stopped selling a lot of holidays when I was young just because of so much importance that was put on them. Like, it was just so whack to me. Like, 4th of July, like, I remember one time we bought a bunch of fireworks. They popped all the fireworks. I ain't get to pop none. I'm mad. I'm like, bro, I ain't get to pop no fireworks. I'm like 9 or 10. I said, you know what? I ain't about to be mad about 4th of July no more. I'm done with fireworks. I quit. I'm like 9, 10 years old, man. I said, forget all of that. Like, it's been in my spirit to reject things that don't make sense. It's always been in my, and I know it's been in yours, and we was always them children that was gonna speak up and say something. And you know what I'm saying? When we young, we kind of being disrespectful because we don't know how to properly, respectfully reject what our parents, you know, like, and really when you're a child, you can't. It's like, they say children obey your parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, it's like, it's a double-edged sword sometimes. when you're young. So, yeah, man.
I would say too, if you understand that you're the black sheep or you feel like you're headed toward that direction, it's even more important now that you treat those around you, your family members, with respect.
Right.
Because you can't allow it to get to your head and allow it to make you so egotistical and feel like you're better than everybody else because you see life differently.
Right.
So you got to make sure that you put more time and more effort into loving and respecting the people around you and helping them see what they couldn't see before, you know, and you got to accept them for who they are and where they are in their life, because just because you've seen things on a different level or a different frequency doesn't mean you're necessarily looking down on somebody. You just have a different perspective. So you got to keep in mind.
And you don't never know if we all still alive and got a chance to change, to be different. So as long as they got breath in their body, man, as being a true believer in the better things of this earth, or this place we at, you have to still have, I don't want to say hope, but yeah, compassion, empathy.
Yeah.
And you still got to believe in that person. You have to believe in them, bro. You love this person. If you say you love them, you got to believe that that they can come to the same thing, that same eyesight, seeing what you see. When you touch something and feel like they'll do the same thing, like it can happen that way. So you can't, that's where the respect is going to come from. Because you only lose respect when you start saying, you know, when you condemning people before that ain't your job. That's not your role. As the black sheep, your role is to, I'm going to be honest, it's your role to be superly, overly respectful, even though when people aren't. Like, you got to be the one to actually stand on the morals of righteousness when everybody else ain't. That's what the black sheep is. It ain't about being an asshole because don't nobody want to listen to you, or don't nobody, or people treating you differently, because it's going to hurt you at first. It's going to hurt you. You already feeling the hurt. If we talking to the black sheep, you already felt this hurt that we talking about. You already felt it. You already feel like, man, damn, man, they ain't respecting me, man, my family. I done had them moments.
It's like you got to be the bigger man every time. Every time.
And you better be the bigger man every time, because that's what makes you the black sheep. We got to stand out. We have to be different. We have to stand on righteousness. We have to. Because if we don't, then not only are you a black sheep, you the devil's black sheep.
Right.
Because it's black sheep for the devil. He got black sheep out here working for him, man. That's on his side. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know, like, that's the thing. So just be careful, watch your anger and watch all that, because you're gonna have them moments of them feelings, you know what I'm saying, like that. For real.
Anybody else got anything? I think that was well articulated, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you do get tired of being a bigger man. It ain't about you. We trying to deliver a message, and you just gotta humble yourself so they'll receive it possible.
Deliver it like Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying?
Just don't sell a dream.
Right, don't be selling no dreams. Keep it 1,000. But you gotta learn from your enemies sometimes, man. Like Martin Luther King had sauce. Like, he knew how to talk to people. He could grab 100,000 people and grab their ears. That is so powerful, bro. And
Yeah,
that I
that is
have a dream.
dangerous.
And that I have a dream speech. He went off the dome.
Freestyle.
That was off the dome. The cold brother.
And I want to say one more thing too.
Munch. He's a cold brother.
If you're alive on this planet, then it means you beat millions and millions of your brothers and sisters. My mentor always says this, right? To close out his shows. If you're alive on this planet, you beat millions and millions of your brothers and sisters to make it onto this earth. So your pure existence is the fact that you were born to be great. It's just that as you grow up, you let society make you believe that you're average and you're nobody special. But everybody alive on this earth right now was born great. So with being a black sheep, that means that you just didn't lose that energy that you had whenever you made it onto this earth. So it comes with a lot of responsibility.
What those are saying is, even before you was sucking on your mom's tits, don't forget, we the shit. Yeah, we God's gift. Please like, subscribe, share. Holla at y'all next week. Love.
Peace.